All right, we're live, I think. Hopefully that's the case. Hello, everyone. Tweet that out. Yeah, I think we're live. Alrighty. Let's make sure we got everything going. All right, doesn't look too bad. It's a newer game, fairly well optimized. I mean, it's been out for a while, but I mean, they're constantly improving it, so hopefully it actually runs optimized and like trying to run Oblivion and stuff. Okay, that stream looks pretty good. Welcome, everyone. Hey, welcome to the stream. I have not played this game for a while. I originally got introduced to it. I heard about it for a while, then I got introduced to it on the PS4 because if you got the PS4 at launch, there was nothing to play. So this is one of the games to play. So I played that a while for my friends. And I played it for like probably about 20 hours, 30 hours, whatever. Liked the concept. It was very grindy, but I've not really touched it other than a couple brief sessions since then. So it's really been about 4 years. So I'm kind of going in this fairly blind for a while. I get the idea, but it's not really, I'm not like an expert. So you're going to be able to enjoy all the mistakes I make. It'll be fun. All right. So I bought the starter pack just because I felt like supporting the company and gave me a little boost, gave me some cool frames. Hopefully I have like powers and stuff equipped. I didn't actually check that. Which I don't need to go in the codex, just need to go to my equipment. Yeah, I played it around 2013, 2014 as well. So yeah. My eyes have been hurting, so I've been wearing glasses the last couple of days. So, if you wear contacts and like you just feel like this, like somebody's got a knife to your eye all day, yeah, that's basically what it's been. So I've been wearing glasses the last little bit, so get to see me all nerdy looking. I got a couple prime frames from the starter pack. Figured to give me a little bit of boost. I don't know if I should burn one of the experience upgrades. I'm not going to be playing too much tonight, but well, there it is. So, abilities. There we go. I just want to make sure I actually have abilities. Okay, I've got some okay abilities. Freeze, Ice Wave, Snow Globe. Should be fine. Or do I only have... I think I might only have Freeze attached. I don't play it for a while. Oh my god, I remember how many freaking cards and upgrades and stuff this game had. Alright, so let me see if I can equip some stuff while people are getting into the stream. Hey, thanks, IBS Star. Straight out of the office. Pretty much. I just got home from work and eating, so I'm ready to do some Warframe. This game is pretty much impossible getting these days. It's got a little bit, from what I've heard, it's got a bit of like the Dark Souls problem where like the community is so crazy elite, 2,000 hours, into the game, whatever, that there's a bit of an elitist attitude. But I think any game you can really get into. It's just when a game's been out for years and has such a highly competitive and really, when you can invest thousands of hours into a game, you get that sort of elitist community. All right, so ability efficiency, sprint speed, ability range. These are all super minor. 40% shield capacity is pretty good, though. 30% health is pretty good. Yeah, so I'll equip it to there. Nope. Oh, wait. Has to be in this slot. No. Oh, I don't have any capacity. Oopsie. Oh, yeah, I probably have to... I have to upgrade my frame, right? To get more capacity. I'm very, very... slowly learning. Upgrade. No, I need to upgrade the actual frame, right? Or I just need to level up the frame. I might just have to level up the frame to get it more capacity, if I remember right. I've not played for a while. Okay, well, we're kind of starting out new anyway, because this is a new frame, so... Yeah, that's what I remember now. Yeah, you get more capacity. So I don't have capacity, so I can't equip anymore. So let's do a mission to get some more stuff. It's up here, right? Alright, so... I'd like to do some of the open world content. I haven't been able to do the Plains of Eidolon content, but I'm not sure how far I have to be to do that. Oh, right, they're different planets. I remember now. It's pretty cool. I always like this kind of interface. It's a pretty cool. It's actually been upgraded since I played. Okay, so raid the corpus. So that's just a random open squads. How about we get our SMOs? Oh, there's nothing open for me yet. Okay, I guess I'll just do this then. Boring mission. Hey, Winter, how's it going? Not too bad. Just got back from work, looking to do some streaming, and then after that I'm going to do some more editing because I'm at the last sprint of my video. It's really exciting. It's been 2 months. Huge video. So I'm excited to get that done. Hope you all like it.
Darvo's intel suggests that this outpost is host to several rich
Yeah, I played this game
caches.
years ago, so I roughly know what I'm doing. Ooh, that looks really ugly for some reason.
A secretive but extremely powerful
I have it toned down a lot.
to be working
Oh,
with the Grenier.
yeah.
Darvo will fill you in.
Legions of robots,
Some kind of pleb.
mindless automatons, freaking lasers. These guys are bad news, but they're also loaded, which is why you're here.
Hopefully this stuff actually happens. Okay, it's a little bit better looking. Not quite maxed. It's not going to look very pretty, but oh well. Oh, Uber formation. Just use that, or I have to shoot it? I guess I got it. Yeah, I'm going to be pretty noob looking here for a bit. Apologize for that. Just getting used to the controls again. Oh, let me move my chat here so I can actually read it. Actually, let me move that again. Didn't realize I had my... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this content. This game is some of the most content of any... it's like... What's the longest running looter shooter out of all these? I mean, technically, you know, you want to get technical, first looter shooters like, you know, Hellgate London and Borderlands, whatever, been run longer, but Borderlands doesn't have nearly the length of content support as this game. So this game just has a ridiculous amount of content. Yeah, it is overwhelming. That's a good way to describe the game, is it's pretty overwhelming. I'm using the mouse and keyboard. I figure the aim's probably better. Although I bet movement will probably be pretty smooth with the Elite controller I have. Getting little hitches. I'm hoping that's not something I'm doing wrong. Might just be my frame rate. Looks fairly smooth on the live stream. I'm getting little hitches though. I'm hoping that's not anything too bad. Maybe I'll do... Okay, well, that's probably not going to help at all. Might just be kind of catching up on frames. Hopefully that fixes it. Right. Got some weird default controls. I have like mouse 4 is melee or something. Oh yeah, it does look like the Warlock from Destiny, doesn't it? All I did is I picked one of the 2 Prime frames I got, which is Frost Prime, I think. And then I just did random colors because I didn't have enough time to really do anything fancy. But yeah, it does look a lot like the Warlock. I changed the default Prime helmet to this because I liked it better. Ooh.
Keep moving. There is more here.
I love Destiny, but I do acknowledge that it has some issues with content, for sure. Hoping that between Division 2 and Anthem we get some more looter shooter stuff. I love looter shooters, personally. Yeah, seriously, spreadsheets and, you know, some trigonometry graphs and things like that. Just a little bit. Control console? No? Okay. I've been forgetting what you can actually activate and what you can't in this game. It's a little bit... I had that issue on the PS4 as well. I don't think I have this... Do I have this one Prime? I have to check. I got another Prime. I forget which the other one was. It was the Healing Prime. I don't remember which one. Alright, I remember doing the... Yeah, I love the movement stuff. The skidding, you know. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like the movement in this game. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, that's what Destiny did really well, is it did a really good introduction to the game. You didn't have to be an expert to be able to get into the game, but problem is it just doesn't have enough content to back up players that already know what they're doing. As far as introductions, though, I'd say Destiny did it really, really well. I'd say content-wise, especially toward the end, Division had a ton of content, a lot more than Destiny did. But this game has just had, I think, over 100 people work on it, pretty much for at least like 5 years, so 5-6 years. So it just has a ton of post-release content. Alright, let's try to do some cool stuff. Oops, missed that. Alright, so let me try to get used to the controls. Let me run up this guy. Alright, that's not bad. Oh, am I missing something? I missed 2 things out here, didn't I? Oh, up here. Okay. That is a really slow melee weapon. Alright, on the kunai. They're probably not nearly as good as my main weapon, but they're kind of fun at least. Can I actually activate that console, or... Doesn't seem like it. Alright, do I just... Security camera out. Oh, that killed it. Nice. I remember there's that that sort of stealth mechanic thing. Where if you don't want to trigger the alarm, that was kind of cool. Yeah, fluid movement and controls in games makes like an okay game a really good one. It's amazing how much that can affect feel. Like, honestly, that's why Call of Duty did so well with Modern Warfare. It wasn't that it had like an amazing campaign or whatever. It just felt nice because it ran at 60 frames on console and had a really good feel. I mean, Respawn, the guys, you know, Vince Zampella and the other guy, I forget his name right now, who they were like the big guys behind Infinity War. I mean, they totally believe in feel, like the feeling and of games and how smooth they are. I mean, they're to back that up, their Respawn, their logo is literally, I think, the letter R in Braille. And they did that because, like, Braille you feel with your fingers, right? So that's how firmly they're in the whole feeling camp of things, which is pretty cool. So if I show some D on the stream. What are you talking, Jude? Get some drink here, though. Hopefully my cat doesn't yell into the mic. I got everything out of here. Oh, polymer case. Yeah, there's so many resources and collectibles and grinding things and crafting in this game.
But you're not done yet.
It is actually overwhelming.
Find the next cache. You almost have what you need.
Oh, we can use that.
You have murdered my sons and disgraced me before my queens. But soon, the Ascaris will complete its task and bring you to me.
Thoughts on Bethesda's E3 showcase? I thought it was probably the most entertaining showcase, just because it was so unexpected. Oh, that was a waste of mobility. I mean, they literally did like a stand-up routine on themselves, which I did not expect from Bethesda. So from that perspective, I actually really like... Oh, that's explosive. Don't hit that. So from like an actual presentation, like just purely from the stuff that happened on stage, I thought it was pretty entertaining. I think that people are going to be really overhyping themselves on Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 over the next few years, because they're definitely years off. Oh, I triggered the alarm. But I think that they did an interesting presentation, and they managed to turn some things like, you know, Skyrim re-releases and their games into memes. I did not. Kind of some of the things I feared about the Fallout franchise totally happened with Fallout 76. I know it's not the end-all Fallout game, and they'll probably do another true Fallout game down the road, but it does definitely... It definitely has me worried about the franchise. Oh. I vaguely remember this.
Alarms have been reset.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot harder when you have alarms up. But I agree in terms of like what happened on the stage. I like Bethesda's best. They had some real cringe stuff too, but Todd Howard's whole thing where they made fun of the, you know, Skyrim, they made fun of you know, it doesn't always just work. That stuff was great. I mean, I thought that was really funny. As far as the actual like trailers shown, I think Microsoft did it best. Although I was impressed with some of the things Ubisoft did. They actually showed like some just straight up raw gameplay and kind of went through some aspects of stuff like that. Like their Ubisoft's presentation of Skull and Bones and Division 2. That actually was pretty cool. But as far as the just straight up to the point game trailers, I thought Microsoft did probably the best. Surprisingly. Sony's was fine. I mean, I'm sure the games that Sony showed will be fine, but theirs was just like, you could tell Microsoft was really trying to make a really exciting, like back-to-back interesting trailers. They were trying to impress people, even though most of those games aren't exclusive. Yeah, I mean, I might end up playing Fallout 76. I don't hate the game. I've tweeted about it. I'm definitely trying to warn people about how it's going to be a very different game. I mean, you can't take an immersive RPG and remove NPCs, questing, and single player out of it and expect it to be any remotely similar. I mean, I'll be honest. I think Fallout 76 is a more drastic change to the formula than Elder Scrolls Online was. So, I mean, Elder Scrolls Online you can play solo. Fallout 76 is going to be very different. But it might be fun. It might be great. Who knows? Won't be a traditional Fallout game, but it might be a fun online shooter with a little bit of survival and RPG elements. We'll see. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath. Exactly. Reinstalls Fallout 1. Yeah, I should do some more Fallout streams. Those were really popular, and I enjoyed playing Fallout on stream. We had some good memes too with Roy Drager and everything. Doom 2, or sorry, Doom Eternal or Dying Light 2. I'm very interested in what I know it's Chris Avellone isn't all behind it, but the fact that Chris Avellone is involved with Dying Light 2, and they're trying to do some cool like systems of change that aren't just binary, stupid, you know, Fable 2 like changes. I'm interested to see what they're doing with Dying Light 2, but honestly, I'll most likely just play Doom Eternal on release and beat that campaign because Doom was so good. So such a fun game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm actually very surprised. It looks like they're actually going a little bit of the RPG route. It reminds me of a little bit of remember Rise of the Argonauts? That game that everybody hated, but it was kind of good in some ways, you know? It had some problems for sure, but I actually really liked Rise of the Argonauts. I played through it definitely had some issues, but reminded me of that a little bit. I'm surprised they're sticking with boats on that because they now have a full-on boat game in the form of Skull and Bones, but I'm interested in it. I don't think it's going to be like amazing, but it should be interesting. I do think that... Is that death down there? Probably is death down there. Oh, no, it isn't actually. I'll see. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game for a few years. I really burnt out on them. They were just too samey. But I didn't play Spartan Total Warrior, but I did play Rise of the Argonauts. Yeah, I think that what they're trying to do with Dying Light 2, if they actually achieve it or not, I have no idea, but what they're trying to do is make consequences matter. And if you've listened to my videos, that's one thing I always talk about is consequences and how a lot of modern games are lacking them. So I'm really happy that that's happening, or at least trying to happen at least. So, yeah, any progression toward making your choices matter and not just in a silly binary way. Like the example I always bring up is if you ever played Fable 2, remember how our good boy Peter Molyneux was talking about how, you know, everything can change and evolve any choices and stuff. And Fable 2, I enjoyed the game, but it wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. It was touted to be. But I remember one distinct choice where just like if you did a bunch of really bad things, the town would just change into state B. But if you did a bunch of good things, the town would change into state A. So it was just very binary and kind of fake. I'd like to see things that, like for example, the example they used in the Dying Light 2 trailer is like that if you help these criminals, then, you know, you'll have more access to water or whatever, but, you know, it'll be more dangerous to be around. But if you help the sort of like self-appointed, you know, police guys or whatever, you will get their help, but that can come with some bad things as well, and water won't be as plentiful. So it's I like trade-offs like that. Skull and Bones, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a roguelite. Yeah, they'll probably put some. I think they are putting single player into Skull and Bones. I signed up to the Skull and Bones beta because I really like the ship combat in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But the actual story was kind of terrible. But ship combat and the shanties and the sailing was awesome. So if they can make a full game out of that and just skip all the other random pretending to be an Assassin's Creed game, I think that'll be great.
We Grineer are millions strong, but with a flaw. We are diseased, rotting, sterile. But now we have you.
Oh, right. I have to do the mastery rank up at some point. Trailer for Sable. I've not seen the trailer for Sable. That's what I missed. I was catching up on all those things in order to do a podcast at some point. I might do it this week with L. Hudson. We'll see how that goes out, but I have not seen Sable. I should check that out. There've been a lot of interesting little developments here and there. Some of the game announcements were so freaking weird. Like, did you even see the one about the Silent Man, where it like started out FMV with this guy, you know, this kind of emo looking guy in the alley, and then, you know, he points to his ear like he can't hear, and then it switches to gameplay for like 3 seconds, then it switches back. Like, if you're not proud of your gameplay, then don't do a trailer, guy. That was just weird. I mean, it might be a good game, who knows, but it's just such a weird way to present your game. Do I know any game with fully realized dialogue other than Planescape or an Alpha Protocol? Fully realized dialogue. Well, if you're willing to go into text dialogue, I know that Shadowrun series did pretty good dialogue. I mean, Alpha Protocol did a really good job with that. Even though the story wasn't that great, they did a really good job of making the narrative fit your actions, which is pretty cool. Now I got Trinity Prime. I don't think I have Soma Prime. So yeah, Wukong. They've got some really weird primes now. Okay, so now I can actually equip... I can actually put some upgrades in here. Let's see, there was that... Oh, I can highlight mods. That'd be kind of cool. Chat glitch on the vid feedback. Chat glitch in the... Oh, okay. Good. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, this is buggy. Okay, it's back now. Nope, it's not. It's really weird. Yeah, it does it sometimes. I've not been using this particular plugin because it breaks sometimes. Just let me know if it breaks again. Let's see. Yeah, I've heard Tides of Numenera is good. I have not played it. Interesting. Well, I haven't played it, so can't say for certain, but... Conan Exile stream. I've been thinking about, if you guys want to let me know in the chat what kind of community games, I've been thinking about doing another community server. I did an eco server for a bit, but nobody had the games, so not many people joined. But I'm thinking either doing like Conan Exiles or perhaps the Forest or one of those other games, creating a community server we could all play on. That could be kind of fun. I've heard Conan Exiles has gotten much better. Health pickups, blah blah. There was one I really wanted to use. Shield capacity or... let's see. Health. I could do health and shield capacity. Well, that would be nice too. +5 loot radar. I mean, I do kind of need mods, so... I'm thinking shield capacity and health, or shield capacity and mods, maybe. The genital slider? I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Yeah, so the Soma Prime has the gun. I did have the Paris as well, but I think the Paris was actually, not as good. Probably better for silent playthroughs or something. I don't know. I'll just roll with what I have, I guess. I have to work on my thick accent. This is Conan. Let's do it now. It's kind of amazing that that we associate Conan the Barbarian with an Austrian accent, because that's nothing to do with each other. But it's pretty funny. Alright, let's do another mission. So yeah, E3 was... There was definitely some entertaining parts. There was definitely some parts that were just incredibly... build Negator and obtain nab segment. Okay, I gotta build something. There's definitely some really slow parts. There were literally times where I was like so bored.
I did this for my love,
But
my queens. They will forgive my insubordination when I deliver you to them. Our love will be reborn as we feed on your divine blood. Our
yeah, it does sound like combat music, doesn't it?
flourish without disease. And I will die at
Obtain nav
last,
segment.
at peace. Father. Grandfather.
Kind of.
What do you think you're doing?
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of not feeling the forced storyline here, but oh well. Okay, so I have that now. Yeah, it reminds me of Asmodan from Diablo 3, which is not a good thing to remind you of.
What a waste.
Remember when Asmodan would like pop up every 5 minutes in Act
Managed to decide
4, I
Thor
think it
is
was,
Ascaris.
3 or 4.
I thought I lost you.
Not thick enough.
Oh no. The Ascaris had a tampering failsafe. It's burrowed into you and armed itself. We'll need to find Vor before it detonates.
Thanks, Jason.
Get to navigation.
Really appreciate the
Boarding a
donation.
Grineer
Hope it's
ship
popped
to
up yet.
access the personnel records will be the fastest way to find Vor.
Operator, what are you
I can't do a very good Arnold. I know the typical one. I'm just not
This
like.
assumes finding Vor implies violence?
Do it now. Ah, ah. Yeah, that would be terrible. You'd not want to see me do 2-hour, 4-hour stream
May I
of
suggest
Conan
you
Exile with
access
that.
Navigation and save your life for my sake.
I don't know. That one guy, remember Mad TV? The one guy in there did a pretty good Arnold thing. Oh, Gaia looks green. If I do that, though, I might be able to get to. Is that what is that? I don't know any of this stuff. It's a spy. Interception. Capture. When did you get the Normandy? Yeah, it does look a lot like the Normandy, doesn't it? Speaking of Normandy, yeah, I'm curious about Anthem. What is most interesting to me about Anthem is that it seems like they put story and dialogue and RPG stuff like off to the side, and they're going a lot more gameplay, a lot more like they seem to be going for more content mechanics, which I'll see how that goes out. I mean, I have no hopes for Anthem's story, but if it's a good looter shooter that I could spend a lot of time in, I'm down to play it. It looks pretty cool. Of course, there'll be people who say, why are you playing that when you could play Warframe, but...
The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
Oh, this is like a domination. What the hell? This is so weird. Oh, conflict. There's somebody here, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, this is like a domination match. How weird. I think I might have played this back in the day, but...
The enemy has all 4 towers. You must stop them.
That's bad. I'm trying to take one here. Okay, I'm neutralizing Bravo. Alright, capture now. This is a pretty good gun.
Tower lost.
I'm gonna keep Bravo. You guys can get the other stuff.
This tower is ours now.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have different mechanics than this. I'm particularly impressed with the way you can fly around and then like land and do big AoE effects and stuff like that. That looks pretty cool. But hopefully it's more than just style. I'm hoping. Get that loot. This game definitely seems to be improved and sleeker and more things to do than when I played it, though. Hey, welcome to Stream Bat. God. Mass Effect was good. I mean, at least the first 2 entries were good. 3 had a pretty terrible ending. Honestly, the thing I liked most about Mass Effect 3 was the multiplayer. Weirdly enough, the multiplayer was actually really fun. I did not expect out of that game. I mean, there were some good moments. There were some good moments with what is his name? It's been too long. What is his name? The guy who talks really fast. The alien that talks really fast. Something with the M, I think. Morden something? Yeah, Morden. He was still pretty cool in that game. There were some good moments with Legion. But as far as an actual, end of a trilogy that had, you could load the save games and remember all your choices and stuff, that whole ending thing was just absolutely underdeveloped. Really bad. No excuse.
We are dominating. Keep it up.
But if they could take...
Allow the enemy to learn of our espionage. Eliminate the remaining enemy personnel.
Oh, good, we're done. But if they learned from Mass Effect 3's multiplayer and made like a really, really good, looter shooter out of that kind of thing, I'm down for that.
Extraction is available, but there are more messages to be decoded. Will you stay or go?
Yeah, MechWarrior, I don't even remember hearing about that. Are they doing another single-player MechWarrior? I think if you battle, you get more stuff, right?
I have detected another message incoming. Capture and decode the signal.
Yeah, I heard one of the DLCs was really important. Hopefully I didn't just join a game with no other players, because that'd be kind of hard. Yeah, the journey was definitely a big part of Mass Effect. I mean, but I'm willing to excuse a fairly uneventful story if it has a really, really good gameplay. I'm also willing to excuse a mediocre game for a really, really good story. But if you have meh on both, it doesn't really work.
Tower online. The enemy have taken a tower. You must recapture it.
One or the other, pretty much.
Tower captured. Beginning
I think I might be doing this solo. That's not so good. I need to get out of this hole.
The enemy have captured a tower. You have captured a radio tower.
Yep, I'm just all by myself. Alright, I'll definitely extract after this one then. Yeah, I heard about the Harmony Gold lawsuit. That seems pretty questionable, but the problem is if you have money, you can keep people in court for pretty much indefinitely. Like, there's been some absolutely asinine lawsuits
Tower
recently.
lost.
Not only in just gaming, just in general. I mean, lawsuits for jokes, lawsuits for, you know, really strange, completely pointless and unfounded things. Like the guy who sued a person he used to work with and Patreon. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
You have captured a radio tower.
For imagined grievances.
We have lost control of a tower.
Well, Google Fiber is
We
a
have lost control of
a big
tower.
threat to
Tower
the
captured. Beginning stream decode now.
big cable guys. So they're going to try to find any technicality or any stupid old agreement or whatever. Apparently there's something with the easements. I heard some cable guy was explaining how easements and stuff are being basically bypassed. I don't understand that. I think they just realized that Google will be able to offer a much better product for a lesser price, and so they're feeling very threatened. Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. I streamed that once. What was your question about that? Yeah, there's a certain amount of trial and error. It's definitely got a lot of that kind of
Tower online.
unforgiving nature to that. The stealth sequences are a bit frustrating, but ooh. But I enjoyed what I played of it. I do want to do a Cthulhu game video at some point. I think that'd be pretty cool. But there's two really big Lovecraftian games coming out this year, so why wait for those to come out?
Tower captured. Beginning
Nice,
stream
nice.
decode now.
It's a lot harder while you're by yourself. You have to kind of keep your attention all over the map, don't you? Alright, I'm not doing too bad though. Oh, he's trying to capture them too. Okay, have that. Let's zoom over there. There we go. Doing some ninja moves now.
We are in total control. Keep fighting. We have lost control of a tower.
Ooh, wow, do some crazy stuff. There you go.
We are dominating. Keep it up. We have successfully decoded the message. Clear the area.
Cool. So I'm definitely going to cash out now, because I'm not able to do another one without another full group.
The enemy have deployed fierce
Somebody made an RPG of the room? That's amazing.
Decode more messages.
I will extract.
Good work today. Not only have we decoded the enemy transmissions, we have also disrupted their communications.
Yeah, Bat, if you're on, I don't know if you can find me on Steam, just add me and we can do a run or two, sure. I'm just warning you, I don't know what I'm doing, so.
Proceed to the navigation console.
So, a question from Gown. Any opinions on fighting games? I've never been a huge fighting game guy. I mean, I grew up with like, beat 'em ups like Double Dragon and or Flying Dragons or something like that. Things like that. Then I got into like, I played Street Fighter 2 for a while with my friends and family. I was never hugely into fighting games. The one I got the most into, I think, was probably Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur was really good. That to me didn't feel so much as like a fighting game. It felt more like an action, like a dueling action game to me. I know it basically had all the same mechanics as a fighting game. I got into that. I got into some Smash Brothers. I've kind of fallen out of that after a while, though. My Steam ID should be Indigo Gaming. But, yeah, I'm like... What I don't like is how some fighting games have such a really high, a long runway. That was why Smash Brothers appealed to me so much, because not only is the characters I know, but also it was really easy to pick up and play. I just don't like games that had like, up, down, left, right, move your, whole D-pad around and then like BA and then, I don't like having to do a huge move like that in under pressure, so I never picked that up much. I did really like Batman versus, or not, sorry, DC versus Mortal Kombat though, and I did like the dedicated DC game, wherever that was. I completely forgot the name of it, but I did like the Mortal Kombat. Later Mortal Kombat games are pretty fun. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Mods. Injustice. There you go. Yeah, Injustice was pretty fun. Had a really good story too, like a story mode. I'm not a huge comic book fan. I'd say there's some DC characters I like more than Marvel characters. I liked, obviously, Batman. I like, Azrael is actually one of the comics I actually bought and got into for a little bit. I didn't read many of those, but I did like Azrael as a character. It should have my, my name. Should have my little icon there if you added me on Steam. Just search Indigo Gaming, Indigo Space Gaming. Should be on there. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the new, I haven't played a Soul Calibur game for a while. I'm interested to see what the new Soul Calibur game is. Alright, let me add some more stuff to this guy. I should might as well bump up my shield stuff. Got armor, shield, and highlighting stuff. Alright, not too bad. Alright, should I try to do that, the mastery rank up mission? Maybe. I never played the Forza games, but I played, racing games since, like, I mean, Super Mario Kart, the original, Need for Speed 2. I really liked Need for Speed Rivals, actually. Played a little bit of The Crew, a little bit of, Drive Club. It's kind of on and off for me. There's some, oh, Mission Squad is active. Why is Mission Squad? Oh, I see. Mission Squad is active. I'm not sure what that means. Hey, Shalashka. Elder Scrolls video is doing well. I'm about 55 or 60 minutes into the video, but I've got another 15 plus minutes left to go. So I'm really far into it, but it's still a lot of work. I'm really trying to get it done this weekend, but this weekend's also my birthday party and a couple other things too. So I'm hoping I can get it done this weekend. It's by and far the biggest video I've ever done, like double my longest video. So it's been a long time coming, I know, but I hope you all like it. So, all right, so you added me. Let's see if I got it. I do not see a new one. I do not see a new friend request unless you added me directly through. Yeah, I don't see a new friend request or a text or anything like that. I didn't see yours pop up. You sure you have the right Indigo Gaming? Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know it's been a long time. It's been about 2 months since my last video, but like I said, my longest video up to this point has been like, what, 32, 34 minutes? This one's going to be almost 80 minutes, so it's freaking ginormous. And you know how I do all sorts of, like, you know, musical cues and editing tricks and subtle cuts, and like I'll spend like 20 minutes finding a 2-second segment to put right there because I have to visualize what I'm talking about. You know, I'll do that kind of thing. So it's a lot. Mr. Teddy 86. Okay. Mr. I know it's Steam's search thing is really bad. So, all right. Hopefully you got that. But yeah, it's a lot of work, especially with this video. I mean, it's a similar scope to my Fallout video, but I get a lot more in depth with this one, and I pull interviews and things like that. So it's a lot more in depth, a lot more. I think it's more balanced. I still have an opinion, a very strong opinion, of course, but I think this video will be a lot more balanced than my my previous video. So. Hey, thanks a lot, Jason, for the donation, $7.77. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, my birthday's it's not next week, but my fiance and I have a birthday like within a week of each other, basically. So we're deciding to do a party right in the middle of it. My birthday's on the 4th, so yeah, the Spider-Man game looks really, really cool, actually. Surprisingly, it definitely has a really good presentation. I'm not crazy about Spider-Man, to be honest, so I'm not, you know, chomping at the bit to play it, but it does look like probably the best Spider-Man game that's come out for a while, so I'm sure people are really, really excited about playing that. Movement system looks good. It looks like they finally took the movement system from, what was it, Spider-Man 2 or whatever it was, and just brought it into the, you know, next gen. So it looks really, really smooth. Basically, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like a good Infamous game. You know, like, it looks a lot like, it looks and feels a lot like, say, Infamous Second Son or whatever. Obviously, it's got more, you know, Spider-Man-y kind of mechanics and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, all you have to do is really just take, you know, a really good, say, Infamous or something like that, and you basically have a good superhero game. So. All right. Yeah, it took me a while to update this game. I'm just waiting for, sorry, I'm going back and forth. I'm waiting for him to join my game. Invite squad member. I don't know if his, probably not exactly. Yeah, it's not the same as your Steam account, so I'll let you add me, I suppose. The Spider Jedi, yeah, it's got a little bit of that for sure. But Yeah, I'm all for getting more, you know, trying out new things. Movement systems could be really cool. Like, that's kind of what made Titanfall so great, is the movement system in that. Titanfall 2 has, like, one of the best movement systems of any shooter, where you can, like, you know, not only wall run really smoothly, but double jump, but also, like, double jump, grapple hook, and then, like, go, like, swing yourself around like you're on a freaking, you know... It's, like, crazy some of the things they do. I've seen people, like, swing around, like, completely around obstacles and capture points and stuff like that in Titanfall. It's amazing. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Shalashka. Shalashka? Sorry about that. Yeah, I do put a lot of time into it. I mean, I'm not the best YouTube creator, but I think I'm, of the gaming YouTube creators, I do put more effort into the editing than a lot of them do. So it does. The down point is I can't make as many videos, but hopefully the quality is worth it. All right, so you're just gonna join me? No, there's 3 S's in there, so I'm trying to remember. It's hard to kind of figure that out, but you could probably say it once and I'd probably be fine with it, but it's just trying to read it for the first time. It's a little bit difficult. I appreciate that, Stephen. Oh, there's Mr. Teddy. So all right, just let me join in your game, and then we'll be able to do co-op stream. Hope it's not too boring while I'm waiting for this. Appreciate that. Yeah, I look up to some really good creators. Like, I like Raycevick. He's actually one of the reasons why I'm playing Warframe again, is Raycevick's video on Warframe. And really good creator, as well as Ahoy. He does amazing retrospectives. All right. So are we in the game together? I do not see. Let's see. How do I pull up people? Ah, here we go. Okay. So got him coming into the game. Oh, the news master of hacks, Todd Howard. Todd Howard does really good for his company. I don't hate the guy, but I don't agree with the direction Fallout's going. I don't think he really wanted that either. I think it was more of a, hey, multiplayer is big, survival games are big. This probably came down the wire like 3 years ago, when survival games are going out the roof popular. Now they're like kind of not as crazy popular, but you know how these things are, where they jump onto a bandwagon and then 3 years later the bandwagon's done, you know? So I think that Fallout 76 will be fun, but it'll be like basically like a really well-polished DayZ or Rust or something like that, where you can craft your own places and play with friends and whatever, but it won't be an RPG per se, I don't think. Alright, we're in the game. Alright, so he can't watch the stream while he's playing, which is understandable, so I'll have to do text chat occasionally. I mean, polished is in that it'll be a complete product, rather than Rust, which was like in early access for 4 years. Yeah, Hoy just did a video like last week. He sometimes takes 4 or 5 months to do a video. I think there was a 4-month gap between his video on the arcade game that didn't exist, Polybius, and Monk Island. There was like a 4 or so month gap. But then he launches like another over hour long amazing video. So yeah, I'd like to do some fishing. Okay, he's ready. I missed that. The chat is so small. So I wonder how I get to the actual obtain the nav segment. I guess that's the next quest mission, so sure, let's do that. But yeah, he still makes videos. He's really good. Yeah, Mr. B-Tongue has got some good videos too. Fortunately, I am turned off by Mr. B-Tongue's really dry presentation. Joseph Anderson was like that too, but then he got a lot better at his presentation. But Joseph Anderson has some really good videos. I don't watch all of his stuff, but the stuff I've seen him do is really good too. But I try to put some kind of interesting editing and music and presentation of my videos, and unfortunately at least the stuff that I watched of Mr. B-Tongue was a little bit too dry for my liking. Not that I think any less of his actual critique or analysis. I think that's great. It's just sometimes I like to have a little bit more spice with the stuff I watch. Nothing against his actual he has some good points.
But soon, the Ascaris will complete its task and bring you to
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not saying anything bad about his content. From what I've seen, it was good. It was a little bit too dry for me. That's all.
You're on the sensors now. You've been detected.
Another good YouTuber is a SkillUp. He does like mildly edited videos, but he's got a really good way of speaking and clarifying, and it's edited enough to kind of make it interesting. It's not going to be like, crazy Ahoy level of presentation, but it's just enough to kind of keep it sleek and professional. So SkillUp did a good video on Warframe as well, and he's really into Division and Destiny and all that. That's the main villain, the guy who sends me video messages. Really annoying. I was comparing him to Asmodan from Diablo 3. It's really, really annoying, kind of, but oh well. My rough, just from playing games for a while, my rough rule on story is that either make it really good or really short, or really brief. Don't overload people with story that is okay. It's kind of a good rule of thumb. I need to get a drink. Yeah, I think I've heard of Marlar before. Apparently, one of my video was critiqued by many a true nerd. I just realized that he did a video like a couple months ago that he took one of my arguments and used it against it. But he did do a really long video on Fallout 3, so that probably took a long time to do. So I can't bash him for that, but it's kind of funny seeing your own content and words again, critiqued and picked apart. Guess that means I've made it a little bit, I guess, huh? Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. Like, you could do a really accurate documentary, but without any style or flavor or personality or presentation. It's basically like you're reading off just a Wikipedia article, and so you'd want to have that presentation there. But yeah, if you're just doing analysis, pure just scientific analysis, basically, then yeah, presentation isn't as important for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time. I mean, I collabed with Downward Thrust a while back, and he's now 300,000 subs or whatever. And you know, I chat with Raycevick and stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. So I'm not completely unused to talking to bigger YouTubers, but yeah, it is kind of cool sometimes.
Alarms reset.
He didn't agree with what I said to say, but it's fine. This whole video was a 2-hour, basically, hey, Fallout 3 was a lot better than you think video, so. Fallout 3 is kind of where I started to lose interest with the series. Like, I was really looking forward to it, but I was a lot more, wouldn't say pessimistic, I just say a lot more skeptical back then, so. I didn't think that. I thought that Bethesda would do a great job at the time. But I now realize that I probably should have expected more of a Elder Scrolls-like game and more of their kind of more limited scope, more limited freedom. Which, if there's a game that had freedom, it was Fallout. You know, you could pretty much kill anybody, do anything, attack anybody. Ruin the world if you want to. Kill all NPCs. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the way Downward Thrust does his videos anymore. We had a little bit of falling out. I don't hate the guy. I just think that he needs to do more research and not do clickbaity, feeding the fire type videos. He does pretty much constantly now. I mean, you can, if you want his opinions, just look at r/games and you have it, his opinions. It's really almost predictable. And he'll even flip on something if he realizes that he took one side, but then people flip, so he flips too. So it's kind of, could be better. But yeah, the lack of research is something I can't really get behind. So. Especially when you're telling people not to play a game or to play a game and you don't even play the game. It's a little bit, it's not responsible, I don't think. But hopefully that's better.
I recommend you head straight to extraction, but the choice is yours. The Ascaris failsafe is attacking your systems. Your shield capacity has just been halved. You're wasting precious time, Tenno.
My shield capacity's been halved. Fallout New Vegas, I definitely thought it was better. I think that it has a really horrible opening. Fallout New Vegas has one of the most boring openings I've played in a game, but once you get past that and get into the lore and stuff, it's a lot better. But it definitely felt like more like an old school game, Fallout game, because it was made almost unsupervised by a lot of the old school Interplay Black Isle staff. I mean, the lore was based on Chris Avalone's, you know, Fallout Bible, which he directed Fallout 2. I mean, he was a huge part of that franchise, so it felt more true to the kind of feel. They definitely go down the Western route, which I wasn't as crazy about, but I mean, they're trying to do something different, so that's fine. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas was a lot closer to original Fallout. Like Fallout New Vegas is like, okay, if that's the direction they're going, that's better. But then Fallout 4 was, in a lot of ways, even less on point than Fallout 3 was, so. Yeah, it was just a little bit disappointing when you see something you really liked, then it dies, and then it gets revived, and then that kind of gets ruined and is no longer what you like anymore. You know. Yeah, you see a lot of these clickbaity channels. There's like a downward thrust clones now, which are just as bad, pretty much. It's unfortunate that they think that they should just copy themselves, because like, if you're not providing a unique voice or a unique presentation or a unique style, what are you really doing? I mean, if you're just regurgitating the same thing that 50 other people are doing, then why are you even creating content? I mean, I know why, because they get to talk about games for money. It's pretty simple, but like I recently, I kind of have to do the tackle popular topics every once in a while, but I've recently been trying to find things that the people have never done before. Like last year, I interviewed the project leader of the two original Elder Scrolls games, and he's never been interviewed on YouTube. You can search his name. There's nothing about him. So that was pretty cool. You know, I cover games that are pretty obscure. Sometimes one of my next games I want to cover is very obscure. Somebody might have a video on it, but it's, it's a French game that not many people probably played. Oh, we're done. Nice.
Ship has been lost. I know it was a difficult choice, but many more in the future depend on your survival today.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if a website would really be the right way to do it now, because when you think about it, everything's kind of become consolidated into content platforms rather than individual websites. Like you used to have, game trailers and, that guy with the glasses and stuff like that. People mostly go to content viewing platforms now to watch their content rather than separate sites. So it isn't as viable
When you are ready,
to host your own stuff
proceed
now.
to the navigation console.
Hey, Devexter, I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy my content. Really do. Yeah, it was really cool. I'm so glad that he did that. I really appreciate that him taking the time to do that interview. I'll have to see if I can do something like that. It was a lot of work. I think I did the final cut of my video after like working on the editing and post-production for like a week. I did the final edit of it like 5 a.m. The next day I had to render like it in 5 pieces and put it together. It was really annoying, but I'm glad I've done that, and I'm in a Wikipedia page now because of it. That's cool. I kind of want some better stuff, but I don't want to buy stuff. So. Sorry, the chat is. But yeah, I definitely want to do more stuff like that in the future. Like I'm sure he's ridiculously busy, but I kind of wanted to chat with. It'd be cool to talk to Chris Avallone, for example. Talk to him about Fallout, New Vegas, Fallout 2, Torment, his new game now he's working on, Dying Light 2 and stuff like that, and also his past with Obsidian, because he was a key figure at Obsidian, key figure at Interplay, but kind of seemed to have a bad experience there. All right. Sorry if I missed the chat here. Sorry if I'm not sure how I made you self-conscious there, Shalashka. I missed part of the chat there.
The detonator is charging up. You need to bring Vor down. He thinks he can capture you again. Don't worry.
I have no idea what's going on in this story right now.
Show him how much you have learned. Are you ready, Tenno?
Let's kill Captain
Facing
Vor.
Vor is the only way to rid yourself of him permanently.
Hey, Tommy, I really appreciate it. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, I'm doing okay enough right now. I'm not doing any expert level stuff. I'm just running through some pretty basic missions. But I appreciate the offer, for sure. I mean, it's totally fine not to be super unique. I just like...
This is our chance. Vor has been
There's some
stripped of
people who
his
literally
He is
do
vulnerable.
something
Take him out.
that's identical to somebody else. And
This is our chance.
it's
Vor
nothing
has
wrong
been
with,
stripped of his identity card. He
you
is
know,
vulnerable.
getting
Take
inspiration.
him out.
But when you go out of your way to clone something else or somebody else, like there's 50, you know, there's like 5,000 channels saying the exact same things about the exact same games and, you know, speculating about all this stuff. And it's fine, I guess. It's just that I don't really see the value in that as much as doing something original or different, you know? Like, what's the take on, you know, blog game that nobody else has done? Even the videos that say the one thing nobody's talking about says the same thing that all these other 5,000 channels are saying half the time.
I could have saved the Grenier, but they
But
cast
I wasn't bashing you at all. Just saying that
not too late.
maybe come up with something that people haven't thought about or haven't experienced. I mean, look at something, you know, find your niche. Like, it'd be, how cool would it be to do something that no one else quite does, you know? Yeah, and the same thumbnails too. That's the thing that drives me nuts. Same thumbnails, the same clickbaity sayings too, like the one thing or 5 things you didn't know, or you know, the thing that nobody's talking about, or how so and so is a nightmare, or so and so is dead. It's like, what? Come on. I mean, you could claim that my Fallout video had a clickbaity title, but I was at least trying to. It was a title that I thought was interesting, and it was actually based on an actual documentary. It kind of got inspired off an actual documentary name, which was, I think, Wrestling Isn't Wrestling, I believe it was. So that was kind of a clever name. Because the point of that documentary was that, you know, professional wrestling isn't about the sport of wrestling. It's telling a story. So, yeah, I'm not judging people. I wish people would be more honest about what they do. That's all. They wouldn't deceive people. They wouldn't, you know, either, like, clickbait usually requires one or two things: either heavily misrepresenting something or straight up lying about it. And you get kind of like, ugh, that's not true. I better click on this video and find out how untrue that is. You know, but they got you. The only way to win against clickbait is not to click. So. Max Landis? Yeah, he's an interesting guy for sure. Yeah, here's why. One of my really hate now is the, you know, well, there's the famous why so-and-so wasn't killed, it was murdered, which is kind of ridiculous. And then there's the one thing that nobody's talking about. That one I hate. And it seems like when people come up with a statement about something, they have to like repeat it on everything else. Like there's this one channel that blew up out of nowhere about some video that says so-and-so is a nightmare, and now all their videos are, you know, Fallout 4 is a nightmare, Fallout VR is a nightmare. You know, just kind of repetitive.
Has sent you to die. Strike through the Grenier.
Oh, boss.
You've located the VIP. Time to go to work.
Oh, not hitting this guy.
For my queen, you will join us. One way.
Oh, we tore him down to bits. Wow. You went down fast. Oh, it's not his final form, I guess.
Your corpse will serve us well.
Nice. That's a pretty cool ability. The thing is, like, Clean Prince Gaming didn't even start the trend. I mean, he was just one of the big... He jumped on the bandwagon. He had a lot of free time, so he was able to create a video every couple days. He just had the right... He chased the algorithm just right and got, like, 400,000 subscribers for it. I don't even know if this channel's a year old yet. It might be a year old now, but... Is it disheartening to see that? Yeah, it is. For sure. But... I'm trying to make the industry a better place by actually providing unique content that's... You know, I have my own opinions, but I try to be reasonable. I try to be fair. I don't try to cause controversy or... I don't generate controversy. I'm not attempting to generate controversy or to generate some sort of reaction. I'm just trying to share my thoughts, maybe bring some insight, and, you know, I have some arguments for sure. You know, I present some arguments, but I don't just, like, I don't besmirch a game that's, like, based on a short trailer, and the game's not going to be out for like 2 or 3 years. That's ridiculous. Like, come on. You haven't even played the game yet. You played the game, you know, many hours of the game, and you realize that, hey, this isn't really what people are looking at or wanting, you know, or it's not the game that they think it is. Then sure, yeah, warn people, but a little ridiculous sometimes. And, you know, I had a reaction on Twitter about Fallout 7. I was a bit... Maybe that was a bit, you know, double standard for me. I was just pointing out to people that, hey, they're trying to tell you this is just going to be like... Just like Fallout. It's not. You can't take an RPG and remove single-player, solo play, offline, NPCs, and not affect the core gameplay a little bit. That's not... It's not how game design works, you know. Oh, hey, thanks very much, Anna. I really appreciate it. It's like... Like, if they just said, hey, this is Fallout Online. This is an online survival game set in the universe of Fallout, I'd be like, okay. Good on you for being upfront about it. But they presented it with the same sort of trailer, the same sort of presentation. It's like, no, it's just like all the other Fallout games. It's like, no, it's going to be very different. You don't have PvP with nukes and claim it's like just like all the other Fallout games. It's not. It's going to be very different experience. There's tons of people who have already analyzed the hell. People have analyzed the hell out of the Starfield trailer. People have analyzed the hell out of the people have analyzed the hell out of the Fallout 76 trailers. It's not... I don't know. If I got my hands in the game, I'd share my thoughts. I just think it's a little bit... It'd be kind of cool. Maybe I could probably do something like that, like an E3. You know what I feel about E3 as like a stream or something. But I wouldn't do like a full presentation video on you know, pre-release stuff necessarily.
Let's get out of here.
Some guys do that, but they do it better. Like, for example, SkillUp, I just watched one of his videos. He did a video on Division 2, but instead of just speculating based on the trailer, he actually went and talked to the developers and got insight and played the game hands-on. So he's like qualified to talk about Division 2, but
You've done it, Tenno.
if you just watch a trailer and then talk about how the game's going to be terrible,
But your work has
that's your
just
opinion,
begun.
but I mean, you're
The
not
origin
really...
system is in chaos,
It's not a very
and it
well-researched
needs you,
one.
Tenno.
Oh,
Vor was just a
sure, yeah. I mean, I can
premier
compare it to
machine,
the trailer.
and we
I've actually
see
noticed
that
a lot
the
of
Vortices
things
have begun amassing weapons of their own.
in the Elder Scrolls
It is a
trailers that aren't in the real
dangerous time.
game. It's kind of funny.
Ordis will gladly assist the operator in cutting a bloody path in whatever mission they choose.
Okay, blah,
We will
blah.
be at your
Freed
side.
yourself from Vor.
There will be others too. It is time for the Tenno to return. So, what mission will you do next?
Okay, so it looks like I've opened up the game a little bit. Cool. So what do we got here?
Ordis has been counting stars, operator.
Oh, Plains of Eidolon. I want to get there, so how do I get there? Probably have to go to Mantle and then Cetus, I'm guessing. No, I want to play Vampire, but I shouldn't do that until I finish my video. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool, though. I heard about the systems that the game has. And I hope it Vampire does well. I like systems where like you can mess with people and see their reactions in the town and with other NPCs. I like that aspect of games. Yeah, I've said this. I think pretty much as soon as it was announced that Fallout 76 is probably going to be fun, dumb fun, but it won't be a Fallout game. I mean, going out with a bunch of friends, killing giant mega sloths with like nukes, that sounds pretty cool to me. I mean, I can't deny that, but it won't be a really good RPG experience. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that's going to be a bad game. It's just not going to be Fallout, that's all. Ability damage. These bonuses are so weak, but bullet jump. These are so minor. I'm trying to make our way to Eidolon. Ah, crap. I really don't like this chat. This chat module does not work very well. Just like breaks for like no reason. Yeah, it's interesting. Somebody actually said it really well. He was writing on games or whatever. I think I retweeted it. Where like within one change of hands, you know, Fallout went from like a black humor, you know, apocalyptic epic to something completely different. Yeah, that's the question. I know they're definitely assuming that things will go wrong with the beta, but the beta is also a promotional tool because, you know, you can't get into the beta unless you pre-order the game. So they know what they're doing. But
Intel that somebody
I foresee major problems with a game that has PvP and nukes. It's just like, those things, you have a potential of wildly going awry. Alright. Hopefully I'm not going to screw this up. I've got a couple cans here.
The capture target has vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
Oh, this is the one where I have to bring back somebody alive. Oh, invited me to a game. Are we not in the same game now? I don't know if he can join. Hopefully he can join. Alright. Hopefully, Mr. Shetty can get back in. Can you join mid-game? I'm not sure how that works. I miss playing Red Alert. I really liked the first Red Alert. I didn't play 2 as much. Oh man, did you see the Command and Conquer Rivals? That had to be the most... Like, what's with EA thinking that they're going to regain popular demand, like regain respect of popular demand if they take a franchise they've beaten into the dirt and bring it back as a really bad mobile port? Yeah, I mean, the franchise has already been dead. I mean, there was actually some pretty talented people working on one of the last iterations of Command and Conquer that got axed, and so they kill that, and then 3 years later come out with a mobile game. I don't know. EA is just... They're special. Oh, good. He's back in the game now. Where is that? Actually, I don't see that. Somebody's shooting at me here. It's just like the Dungeon Keeper game. That had to be like the sorest one. Like, watch them bring back Populous as some crappy Farmville clone or something. It's just gonna be like, come on, just let it die. That Dungeon Keeper game where you had to spend gems or else wait like a day to cut through a certain block of the dungeon. Like, wow.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point.
Oh.
Well done.
Oh, I didn't do it, but... Alright, I guess I have to get up there. Can I jump up there? There we go. Match 3 starts up. Yeah, I need to play that game. I missed that, but I was looking at God Games, and that came up. Should check that one out. It's more of a simulation, but I mean, some of the God Games, God Games are interesting because it's not really a genre. It's basically a style of simulation game. I mean, God Games can be either themed like, you know, you're playing a deity, or you're actually playing a deity. And the interesting thing about it is, like, how do you define it? Best way I could define a God game is it's a simulation, strategy simulation game that's more focused on influence rather than direct control. And often involves, you know, holy powers, divine powers, but doesn't necessarily have to have that. Like, one game that's totally a God game, in a lot of ways, is Dungeon Keeper. That has a lot of the same tropes as God games. But you do build buildings like an actual, just like a, you know, dungeon lord or whatever, but it's primarily about influence. You're influencing your monsters rather than directly controlling them. Unless you actually straight up possess them. Which also suggests that you're also a god. You know, if you can possess avatars, essentially. There you go. Real-time influencers. Yeah, I was playing ActRaiser like not too long ago on my RetroPie. It's actually a really fun game. That game almost isn't a God game, but it does have the overworld map, which is kind of cool. Like, it's definitely a God theme game. It's in my definition of God games. It's almost not really a God game, but if I were to do a video on it, I'd probably mention it anyway because it has such a God like theme, I guess. Definitely a cool game though. All right. Oh, what's this stuff? I mean, then there's like the true God games that are like pure God games, like Black and White, for example, which are a lot more easy to classify as that. Yeah, exactly. even some city builders are kind of like god games. Like one example I use is Majesty. Majesty, in a lot of ways, is kind of like a god game. It's a city builder, but again, you don't control your units. You influence them with bounties and things, which is pretty cool. I don't need more slots here. But I could do 40% vitality, I suppose.
Stand by while I analyze the intelligence profiles of the Grenier. Error, not a number. Did the operator enjoy this witticism?
I thought the guy's ready. Yeah, so in your Johnny's argument is actually pretty solid. In the SimCity, you can actually create like acts of God, basically, with tornadoes and stuff like that, earthquakes. So in a way, that's SimCity is kind of a God game in a way. There's games like Sim Earth and stuff too. Okay, we're really close to getting to Eidolon. Let's do 13. That's a good number. Yeah, Sims is interesting. That one, in a way, it's kind of, you're kind of like choosing the path of the character, but I would argue that one isn't as much of a god game because you have direct control of your sim. But yeah, it's a little bit tricky. Like one interesting example that not many people use is Spore. Spore is kind of like a god game. You're creating life. You create life and affect a not only a biological organism but the entire civilization over a period of, like, you know, evolutionary stages, which is pretty cool. Uh-oh. What happened? Spore could almost be modded to be a good game. I mean, a lot of the potential is there. Just it split its development up into too many stages, I think. Yeah, it is kind of weird. It is like, it's like an action arcade game, then it evolves into like a tribal RTS game, and then it evolves into just a straight up RTS game. So not really god game in mechanics. And that's one thing I was exploring. Man, this is loud. Alright. Sorry, I don't really care. Oh, cool. Yeah, so we're on the... This looks like their town of the Plains of Eidolon, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, Spore was... it wasn't a terrible game. It just wasn't... It was spread so far and it didn't get deep enough in any part. And it went for kind of the goofy toilet humor route rather than actually being kind of interesting and atmospheric. What's up, bird? Yeah, apparently there's actual people. So this is just the hub area, I guess. So I probably need to go out to another mission and actually play an actual Plains of Eidolon map, right? Oh, we can catch fish, maybe.
Different fish need different bait. And Fish of Hyrule is your one-stop shop.
Oh, I don't have any of this currency. Oopsie. Yeah, I don't have any of the currency. Alright, how do I actually... Guess we have to need to go back to the ship. It's pretty cool though. I mean, this is like the whole town here. I didn't expect this to be in this game like Warframe. It's kind of weird seeing real people. Yeah, this is very different from the rest of Warframe. It's almost like a different game here, as far as like feel and stuff. Oh, I guess it might be texting me directly here. No. Back to ship, I guess. Yeah, it is pretty. I do like the art and stuff like that. It's very, very different. Almost has like a little bit of like India, a little bit. It's interesting. Reminds me a little bit of a Sacrifice. It's one game I wanted to cover. Probably doesn't look that great now, but. Alright, I guess we go back to the ship. Didn't realize this was a hub mission. Sorry about that. Yeah, kind of random that they have like a whole thing right there. Okay, no, we can't go to planes? What? Crap. How do I unlock the planes of Eidolon? I kind of expected that to be one of my next things. How to unlock Planes of Eidolon. I guess I could probably look it up if I alt-tabbed. Kind of want to see if I can get another gun or something. Mix it up a little bit. Oh, I have to unlock it. Crap. That was a waste of time. Wah, wah. Yeah, it was very different when I initially played it.
Ordis has been counting stars, Operator. All accounted for. Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
I have to talk to NPC back there in Cetus. Oops. So I guess we'll do that. I just really want to see the, because I've seen tons and tons of ship stuff in this game. I like to see the Eidolon stuff. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. I legitimately didn't know how to. Now 13's busy. I just legitimately don't know how to unlock that area. But I just thought that if I connected the dots on the overworld map, I could get to Eidolon, but I was wrong. So. Okay, so I need to talk to Kanzu. So I think I have a fast travel. Talk to Kanzu. Yeah, there we go.
Wazdula, off-worlder. Interested in working for me? Gotta prove yourself first. Head out on the plains and show. We Ostrons would be honored to accept your sacrifice.
Okay. Bounties, sure.
All right, chop chop. Nuclear bossman's been giving us no end of trouble. You're my go-to Tenno. Make him go away, yeah?
Okay, so I guess we're doing a bounty.
Ready with a gun or blade? Cetus needs you. Let's talk.
Enter the plane.
Wazdula, off-worlder. Interested in work? See you again, eh, Tenno?
Oh, I guess we walk over here. He's asking me if I'm in. Yes, I am. Are you? Oh, he might have gotten kicked again. Get out of me face, lad. Chop, chop. Exactly. Need an invite. Okay, I need to invite him. Looks like we're having minor connection issues here. Okay, let's wait until he hops in there, then we can do some Eidolon stuff. Just the wiki. I keep on thinking of the guy in what was that? It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he's like at the wall of papers and strings and stuff and figuring all this stuff out. Why do I have like flame armpits? That's kind of weird. I guess that's the oh, I see, it's like exhaust from little ports there. Jesus, you can actually get quite a lot of air in this game. Should practice that. Probably get me out of a lot of situations. Alright, is he in? Oh, nice. Actually get on top of here, that's pretty cool. He's in now, right? Exactly. Old Spice should develop a product for that to get rid of your flame armpits. Waiting for other players. It's hard to get used to all the keys required to jump around like this. Invite him in again. I think it's, yeah, he's in the... Oh, there he is. Nope, that's somebody else. Exactly. Everything freezes at some temperature. Kind of blew my mind, too, when somebody told me that everything burns at some temperature as well. Even things that melt. Oh, there he is. Let's do it. Exercising power. That was a very jarring transition, but there we go. Yeah, this is pretty cool.
The site of an historic battle between the Orokin
You can't freeze steel beams.
These plains are a vast graveyard of the sentients who attacked the tower long ago. If local legends are true, you do not want to be out here at night. Kanzu is right. The Grineer can never be allowed to live comfortably on the plains.
Ooh.
Let's make this place
That's
as
some bad water.
inhospitable
Okay.
as possible for them. All your work has led to this. Take out as many Grineer as you can.
Okay, it's in the game, it seems. Use your first ability 5 times. This is really pretty, though. I like this. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to rebind a lot of stuff. It's just my fingers are kind of going all over. Little bit too many keys to hit. I don't have any power, I guess. Oh, the doors crash on him. Awkward. I'll have to invite him again.
I've located another mass of enemies. Take the fight to them.
So the water's bad. Woo. Geyser. Nice. So if I can, I don't get killed while I invite him. Who else is here? Reminds me of this meme I saw recently where somebody's interviewing a flat earther, somebody who believes that the earth is flat. And so it's like, well, how'd you get into the, you know, believing the earth was flat? And the guy's like, well, you see, it all started at 9/11. It just cuts off right there. That's pretty funny.
Keep going. They won't be able to sustain these.
Just what a way to
casualties
open
for
up
much
the
longer.
theory, right?
More Grenier amassing nearby. Get over there and take them out.
Canadian voice actress. No, he's still a Canadian. Get over there and take them out. Look at that chest there. Oh. 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 I did. So let's see if I jump. Oh. No, I appeared on top of me. Now we're in the middle of this deadly water. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. The accents are almost identical, just for a couple words. That really tell them apart. I used to live in Washington State, so I'd hear a lot of Canadians up there. Just to detect subtle things. So we just have to kill lots of enemies. Oh, I have to kill 4 more enemies in a minute. Okay. Enemy, good.
Almost feel sorry.
All right.
Then I remember what's been done to us, and I'm
There's a lot of stuff on screen now. I'm getting confused.
Swazdula, you know.
Yeah, certain words are real key ones. Like, if you just ask them to talk about something, or go, hey, would you like to go out to the store? You know, a little subtle things like that. It's very red on my screen. Nice. Something blew up there. Okay. Yeah, I had a hard time differentiating Australian, Kiwi, and British accents too. Took me a while to differentiate this one Kiwi guy from a British accent. Australian sounded a bit more hostile. It's funny because some Australian accents sound really nice and soothing. I guess maybe at different coasts or whatever. It's going to be nighttime. I wonder if we're going to die.
The enemy has put heavy guard around one of their mobile armored vaults. We need to break in and take
It's
what's
going to be night.
inside.
We're going to die.
Move to the waypoint to accept this mission.
Waypoint. Here we go. I'm at the waypoint. Where's the terrorist? Not really. Oh, that guy's got on a turret. Can I use the turret? Oh, I can. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's a pretty... Ugh. Reminds me of like a Unreal Tournament 2003 or something. Uh-oh. Nice. Alright. Something's gonna happen here. Oh, let's find the armored vault. We might be too away from the vault now. I'll get more ammo here, though. I'm getting hyped here. What's going to happen? Oh, I got him. Nice.
Tenno, you're running out of time to strike this armored vault.
Yeah, we're kind of out of time. Like, completely now. Oh, it has... Oh, it regenerates ammo. Okay.
The contents of that armored vault have been airlifted to another site. We've lost this opportunity.
Uh-oh. Well, I was hoping I'd be able to camp here and take out whatever big enemies come at me, but I guess nothing's coming at me right now. So... Should we hold up here? Should we hold up here or go out and explore? Yeah, a lot of words are really bad in other places but aren't here, and vice versa. Exactly. We're all gonna die here. Sounds like fun. What's going on over there? Oh. Well, it seems we're getting darker. Will anything come to attack us here? We have the turret. So we can turtle. I just like taking advantage of games and taking advantage of like fortifications and things like that against really big tough monsters. I didn't realize this day-night cycle was this slow. Oh, forgot about the bad water. Yeah, I don't like water in this area, do they? Had to take the high ground. It's the only way to defeat the Sith. Kind of a cool little system. Grok Drool. Somebody wrote something. Somebody came up with that name, Grok Drool. Just want you to realize that. Verjuice turret. Oh, another guy in a turret. Alrighty. Find 20 mods. Nice. Yeah, it was kind of silly not to be able to swim in Breath of the Wild. Oh. Guess there's an island nearby, whatever that is. So you can tell I'm a lorebeard. Get him? Oh, not quite. Oh, oh. Did like a final form thing and killed me. Cost affinity. Guess I should probably respawn. Oh, he's got me. What is going on right now? Oh, there's like lots of them. Oh, I'm gonna die. We've got like multiple forms. It's like a mirror image or something here. Speaking of mirror image. How many times do I have to kill this thing? How many are there? What is going on here? Yeah, F for pay respects. Oh god. I'll follow. He seems to know what he's doing, so I'll follow him. One of them's about to die. Oh. Well, if he's running, I'm running too. Uh-oh. What are we running into? These guys aren't as bad as the Eidolons, I guess. They're so low. One of them is so low. Oh, crap. Am I out of ammo? One of these are so low in health. Try that one. Alright, got him. Oh crap, and he exploded. We have to kill them all. Oh, he's hacking it, I think. Low on ammo. I need to get more ammo. F again. Oh, it was delayed. Maybe I can get more ammo? Is that ammo? That's a Warframe drum. I'm like super low on ammo here. Oh, this is up here the whole time. Why can't I use this against the damn Eidolons? That can actually be useful up here. He's got an Eidolon lure. That's pretty cool. They come back. This is getting tense. Oh, it's like a weird glare on the side of the turret there. But I want to use the turret. Will they come to us? I have a turret, so maybe if they come back, I might be able to take them out. Yeah, the POV on the turret is pretty ridiculous. If there's any ammo over here or something. Turret useless. I need to find some ammo somewhere. Ow. Oh, we found something. Hey, there we go. Oh. Ah, God, killed me again. Guess I shouldn't melee them. Alright. Like no damage with my kunai though. Ow. Missed him with that one. Yeah, I like the movement here. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we're luring Eidolons I can't kill, so this is good for me. If again to the power of 2. Yes, I know. I suck. I'm also not very high level either. Oh, ammo. Hopefully for my prime. Nope. No siree. Oh, it's just Grud cool. Just some silly resource. Oh, rifle ammo. Nice. Little bit, at least. Nice. Oh, there's a guy up here. Maybe I can get him. Oh. This is all new and exciting. Press that to know. Indicos appreciate. I appreciate that. I love that that became a meme. That's so amazing. Oh, come on. No, no, no. I want to get up there. Let me in. Ooh. I don't have much ammo. Minor amount of damage here. Ooh. Oh boy, what's going on here? Some sort of advantage I could use on these guys. Oh. It's got a delay. Can't really hit them. No. Well, I got him in there a little bit. It might just be some sort of crowd control thing, though. I don't know if it'll actually do any damage to him. Microtransaction. Oh, here's a turret. Oh, and ammo. Thank the Lord. Oh, let's see if I can actually use this on him. It says it's useless, but we'll try it out. Ooh. Alright, what is going on here? Oh. Something's shooting little roller mines running at me here. And try the power of love. Hey, thanks for coming by this stream, Shalashkos. A lot of fun, thanks. Oh. Alright. Let's try this all again, I guess. Seems like I'm not doing like any damage to this thing. Ah, crap, something got me. Won't use all my points. Much energy left. I froze that one. I'm surrounded though. Okay, I'm pretty low now. These guys out. Ooh. They're just attacking from all sides here. Oh. A little mod there. Looks like we got a couple lures here. going on here? So trying to figure out why the big, I guess the big Eidolon is not appearing. Killed the little ones, the big one's not here yet. Well, that's a little bit disappointing. I was hoping we'd get to the end and get some good loot off those guys. That's a lot of combination of buttons. If I have to do the slide, then jump up, and then bullet jump, and then roll again. Damn. Need to adjust my controls for that one. I'm down for playing Arcanum. I had some issues running it, but if I figured those out, I probably stream it. It got really laggy. So if I could figure that out, I wouldn't be opposed to streaming it. Some pretty cool stuff, though. This is so different from the basic Warframe experience. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Arcanum's a really interesting game. Like, wish the combat wasn't as wonky as it is, because the actual narrative and other mechanics are really, really interesting. Like, you can become a necromancer and kill people and bring back the dead and interrogate their ghosts. Like, that's insane. The amount of detail that they put into the NPCs and characters and stuff. Stalk more people in Shenmue. Yeah, Shenmue was fun. That was cool. Yeah, don't you hate that when you play one game a lot and then you keep on wanting to do one thing and then that game doesn't have that feature? Yeah, there's some mods for Arcanum that fix some things up. It's like early to mid Windows games, especially 2D games, are a bitch to run sometimes. Got that guy. It's really cool though, especially at night. There's like all this interesting debris and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Manuel had a recipe for banana bread in the back. That's random. Was it something somebody wrote in the notes section or whatever? Wouldn't imagine Troika had a banana bread recipe they had to put in the game manual. Get some more ammo already. Oh, really? I didn't realize Baldur's Gate had recipes in the back. Probably played the intro to Baldur's Gate 2 like probably 50 times. Trying to get that multiplayer to work. Back in the day, multiplayer was a pain to get working. Oh, looks like lovely Fire of Death. Oh, we've got another Eidolon here. There's multiple here. Oh, run! Oof. As long as I get away from one before it explodes. Pretty sweet. Oh, that's pretty funny. They have in lore recipes. Oh, stay out of the bad water. I'm just kind of breezing through these guys, even though I'm not very high level. Just the Eidolons that give me a hard time. Oops, sorry about that. Another one. Huh. So we killed lots of these little guys. Yeah, famous last words, exactly. Yeah, it does sound a lot like Dead Cells, doesn't it? That's a great game. I need to play that again. I love roguelites. I can sink tons of hours into those. I just never give myself the excuse to, because I always have the next video to work on. That somehow stream and record high quality footage. I would totally do that more often, but unfortunately that doesn't quite work out very well. I love that broken build I made in Dead Cells where I had like those two ridiculous turrets. That was awesome. Fortunately they fixed that. They made it, the turrets not nearly as good. They're still good, but they're just not overpowered like they were. Yeah, I played most, just about all of Cuphead with a friend on the Xbox. He invited me over and we played a lot of that. That game is really punishing. Really fun, though. Oh, they're getting to me. This game doesn't have a very loud indicator that you're dying, unfortunately. So that's why I'm dying pretty quickly. I have to pay more attention to that. Ooh. What's going on here? Ooh. Is there a big, oh, just this little guy here. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them from buying the same exact stock sound effect that Dead Cells got. It happens sometimes. I'm low on energy. Come on, guy. Let me freeze you. I'm still alive. Where is he? Some ammo and stuff here. Kind of wishing I had a better backup weapon than the kunai now. Yeah, I don't know how MMOs allow mods. You think that'd be a huge way of cheating, you'd think, but somehow they managed to do it. It's the same sound effects for bears. I love hearing the evolution of sound effects in the Elder Scrolls series as I was listening to it, because like I love the old unsheathing sound in Daggerfall. A lot of those are still in Morrowind, actually. A couple of them are still in Oblivion, but they get rid of pretty much everything by Skyrim. Definitely sounds different. Ooh. Okay. There's little mines attached to me. Ooh. Oh, it's a turret I can't use. That's too bad. So I have no idea what we're doing now, but probably important. I think we're still trying to track down the last remaining little Eidolon guys, I'm guessing. Oh, the skeleton howl was crazy. Actually, the sound effects didn't really work properly when I first played Daggerfall, so I played it the first time and all the enemies were kind of quiet. And only when I was able to get the sound card set up to work did I hear the ridiculously loud skeleton roars. Oh, here's some more little guys. Got one of them. It does seem kind of weird that they put this early in the game, but I guess they wanted new players to be able to play this. I mean, I think they're trying to get a bigger audience probably, and I think one of the main turnoffs was that the environments were so tunnely and ugly. So I guess they wanted to have a more open, interesting world for people to get into early in the game. I really like the open world part, though. I mean, this is really cool. Thing is, Warframe could become whatever they want to. If they keep on getting money and success, they could evolve it into whatever kind of content they want. And the cool thing is they could... Like, the game is so modular that they could add whatever they want to it. Whatever mode. Whatever they see fit, really. Oop. This thing's going to explode on me. Yeah, there's some really, really tough guys in Daggerfall. But also the really cool power, the feeling of power later on, like when you're actually able to like one-shot dragons, is pretty sweet. Apparently they were supposed to be full-on dragons in Daggerfall, but it was cut. I heard that from the artist who was in main artist behind Daggerfall and Battlespire and a lot of Morrowind as well. Mark Jones, he designed a whole dragon, but it was never used. It's too bad. They even had horses, like you could see other people on horses as well, but they took that out as well. The game is so freaking ambitious, though. I can't blame them for taking those out. Oh, Warframe needs a spin-off card game? No, we've got enough of those. Valve's making a card game. Bethesda made a card game. Blizzard's got a card game. I think Magic the Gathering's making a new card, like an online card game that's decent, I guess. Probably a variation of Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I think Daggerfall, it's... Daggerfall, Morrowind, and Oblivion all have things I really like. If you could combine the parts of those all together and then add, like, the crafting of weapons and armor from Skyrim, that'd be pretty damn close to perfect, you know? But, like, for example, I think that the combat in Oblivion is more fun. But I don't personally mind the combat in Daggerfall. It's clunky, but it's predictable, I guess. Sending the Eidolon guys up there. Oh. I don't know what we're doing here. Yeah, I accidentally got invited to the Dark Brotherhood when I was playing Oblivion because I was killing random people. Yeah, they kind of nerfed Conjuration, but I did like all the things that they added in Oblivion as well. In Morrowind, they didn't have a limit, so you could summon lots of different guys at the same time. Oh. Cave? Can we go in here? Or no? Ah, crap. Yeah, you're right. My normal chat was glitching out before, so I switched to this, but it seems like I have to go back. Oh, has it been a weird effect on me the whole time? That's weird. Oh, it has been. Crap. That's annoying. I didn't notice that. Oh, well. It's going to be all stupid looking for a second here. Off. Yeah, sorry about that. I probably had like a weird pixels on my face this whole time. Oh well. Lol. Yeah, Oblivion was definitely good for accessibility. There's some things it did better than Morrowind. There's some things it did better than Daggerfall, but yeah, it was a good mix. It definitely lowered in some aspects. I thought it felt a little bit more generic than prior games, but oh no. Hurry over there. Oh crap. I think while I was fixing everything else, Friendo died here. It's too bad. Yeah, I think you should have a summon that increases as your power level increases. Oh my god. Okay, here's a big guy. Here's the terror list he's talking about. Oh god. Yeah, we're fighting a biggie now. This is pretty cool. I'm doing 0 damage to him. And I'm dead. Crap. Yeah, I'm doing no damage to this terror list. I must be hitting the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm doing no damage. Especially without any ammo or anything. I had to unlock some quest to damage him. That's too bad. Yeah, I mean, Oblivion in a lot of ways takes a lot of cues from Daggerfall, and that doesn't have to be really weird or different. It just has to be good. You know, it didn't... More when they really went off the deep end in some areas, just trying to be very different and weird. And in a lot of ways, that made it a really compelling and interesting and unique game. But there's something to be said about just kind of interesting fantasy. But even Daggerfall had a kind of weirdness to it that was kind of missing from Oblivion. You saw my hideous living character, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Oh, I'm gonna die. I have some ammo now. Oh, I got hit by that AoE, damn it. There's a lot of damage. Jesus. Ow, 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 don't die, don't die, don't. Oh. Got him up to like 98%. I have a lot of affinity. Yeah, seriously. Doesn't look like we're gonna survive this one. He looks so cool with all his little mirror image guys. Yeah, I'll probably have to do some Daggerfall after I finish my Elder Scrolls video again. I'll have to do some Daggerfall again after I finish my Elder Scrolls video. That's what I meant. Yeah, the character does the dynamic face system in Oblivion is, you can't overstate how bad it is. It's so bad sometimes. I mean, I admire what they're doing, but damn. He's all over here. Let me try to... Oh, messed it up. Maybe, I don't know. It's been a little bit tough to get a good viewership recently, so I might have to hit some more mainstream stuff. But I do have some more Cyberpunk created ones lined up at some point. But plenty of games to cover. I just have to kind of pick my battles, you know. Oh, stealth kills, random. Yeah, this is a very weird game. You don't really know what to expect with it. It just keeps on surprising you. Yeah, Oblivion's so memeable. Way more memeable than the games preceding or following, or preceding or following it. Yeah, I guess that's the right words. All right. We effectively fought an Eidolon, but we got our asses kicked, so it's something to do, I guess. I was kind of thinking about doing a history of Cyberpunk. It would be a little bit gaming, a little bit non-gaming. Be kind of interesting. Don't know if there's interest in that or not. How do we get out of here? Yeah, it's not easy during the night. I think we're stuck or something. Can't get through here. We're loading? Oh, I think we might be loading. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do another huge video right after this one. This one's been freaking massive. I might do like a solo game video or something, maybe. I've got a lot of ideas for games I want to cover. This one game idea kind of stuck out in my mind because I think I can do the video on just that game without having to do 10 other games, which is great. Because even a game like Alundra, I end up covering like 8 games or whatever. So if I were to do this history of Cyberpunk, I'd want to do it right. I wouldn't want to just do like a 3-minute video saying, yeah, Cyberpunk's blah. Isn't that awesome? Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. You know, I don't really do those kind of videos. If you've seen the videos I do, like where I cover some obscure PlayStation title over like 20-something minutes. Yeah, it would be. Oh, I think he got kicked out. Oh, well. Oh. Well, it's been a little bit uneven. I think most of my stream I had specks on my face, which is going to be great to watch. Oh, well. was wondering why I didn't have to set that up. Well, so yeah, it's been interesting. I might end off here. Actually, it's a good point to end off, I think. Looks really nice at night, though. It's a lot like Destiny. But yeah, I mean, it's a interesting game. Definitely a lot different from when I played it originally. I mean, the core mission and the core combat and stuff is similar, but it's definitely involved a lot in terms of this extra content. So yeah, it's free to play. I got a little bit of a bonus because I paid for the starter pack, completely unnecessary. But I mean, if you feel like doing that, I think it's a pretty decent package. You get a couple prime frames, and then you get some platinum. Some people argue that it wasn't that great of a deal, but I think it's roughly, I don't know. It's a nice little package. It's probably may not be worth everything you could pay for it. You probably get more platinum out of a platinum pack, but it gets a couple little things for you. But Destiny has really good environmental design and textures, and yeah, it's very inspired environments. It does not have many environments, unfortunately. The environments it does has are really well done. Very interesting looking. I love the wet rain effect here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I might end off here pretty soon. This rain looks really good. I've not seen many games pull rain off. I don't know. There's something kind of mundane about it, and the sound effects are really good for it too. Interesting. Yeah, this was fun. I might play this again sometime. I'll probably, if I can somehow magically get my Elder Scrolls video out this weekend, I'll probably end up streaming something Elder Scrolls-y next week, just to kind of help, you know. It always helps when you stream something similar to what you recently did, you know, it's kind of the whole algorithm or whatever, but yeah, this is interesting. It's definitely improved a lot, and has a lot more content and things to do than when I played it like 4 years ago. So, yeah, hopefully this has inspired you to check it out again. It took me absolutely forever to update it, so you might want to just like uninstall and reinstall the game from scratch if you haven't played it for a while. So, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on here. I really like the outdoor areas. And yeah, I'll probably get back on my Elder Scrolls video now, and thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the stream and my video coming out. So thanks so very much. I really appreciate it. Talk to you next time.